I just finished doing the Kings of Napa for y'all, and I'm gonna get that uploaded, I promise. But I had to come back because, baby, I am too tickled, okay? I am too tickled at Joe Biden, y'all. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe on the videos. But y'all, let's get into what he did, okay? So this happened today. Monday was today, January 24th of 2022. And I guess Biden felt like he woke up with time today, okay? He had time today, okay? And he said, so, and I quote, and this is off of CBSNews.com, okay? So I'm reading you all the article off of CBSNews.com. This is not my information, but of CBS News. Okay, it says, President Biden appeared to be caught on a hot mic on Monday, calling a Fox News correspondent a stupid son of a bitch after the journalist asked a question about inflation. It's unclear whether the president knew his mic was still on, but the moment was also caught on camera. Do you think inflation is a political liability going into the midterms? Fox News White House correspondent Peter Doocy, however you say it, I don't know, D-O-C-C-Y, could be heard shouting as journalists filed out the room. No, it's a great asset, Mr. Biden muttered sarcastically. More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch. Y'all, Uncle Joe woke up and chose violence today, okay? He was like, I don't have time for it now. He might have not realized that mic was still hot. But baby, the comment was hot, okay? And being heard all over the world, okay? Y'all, it's so funny. Docky later told Fox News Brett Baier that other reporters had to tell him what the president said because he couldn't hear anything over the shouting of the White House press wranglers. Apparently on Hannity later Monday night, which is tonight, Doocy said the president called him approximately an hour after the exchange and said, it's nothing personal, pal. When asked if Mr. Biden apologized, Doocy said, he cleared the air and I appreciate it. We had a nice call. The White House has yet to comment on the president's remarks. Now, y'all, this is funny to me, okay? And it's funny to me because I love Uncle Joe, okay? And most people just, most of the time when he's talking, it's like, and I really be like, I want his mouth, it's almost sound mush. I want you to open up your mouth and enunciate your words, okay, Mr. President? But that was just funny to me. And it's funny to me how the right-wing media and people are making this a big deal because Joe called him a stupid SOB. Y'all, I think it's funny. Because first of all, the press conference was already over. Joe had already, Mr. Biden, President Biden, number 46, whichever you want to call him, the press conference was already over. Questions had already been asked. As in the article, it states, the White House wranglers, as they're called them, right, were already ushering journalists out and questions had been cut off. So it was over when Peter hollered out this asinine question. And I mean, some people may say it's not an asinine question, but why would you think that inflation would be something good or something bad, right? So the inflation started as a process and a product of the pandemic, which was not handled right from the onset of the beginning. So it's really crazy to me how everybody wants to blame what's going on with this pandemic and the aftermath and the after effects of it on this administration, right? It's like, I really wish people who discuss politics, who debate politics, would really learn about politics, right? Because if you're elected on January 1, January 26, January 15th, whatever, right? You've just getting into office. So when you first getting into office, yes, you have all of your ideas and things that you want to do, right? But then you still have to pick up where the last president left off, okay? So you have to familiarize yourself with decisions that's been made, things that were in process, that was left undone, that needs to get done, and furthermore, right? There's a process, and then you start introducing your bills and your laws, okay? So now bills are voted on, they're argued on, they're discussed on, not everything is passed right away. Not every decision an administration makes goes into effect just like this. So when you first become the president, to give credit for either unemployment rise or decline, inflation rise or decline, and everything else that we give these presidents credit for or blame on them, within the first year, they are still feeling whatever the economy is, whether it's growing or whether we're in an economic stress period, right? You are feeling it from the previous administration. So just like when people wanted to give Trump all of this praise for the economy doing so well, listen, I didn't like him, didn't like his politics, but that has nothing to do with this statement, right? He was still feeling the effects of the Obama administration. Just like when Obama took office and we were in a recession, he was still feeling the effects of the decisions that Bush made. And when Bush first took office, y'all, I was still in high school back then, right? So, I don't really remember where we were at in as far as politics in the world and what was going on. I was more interested in trying to get out of school, right? But whatever was going on at that time he was first feeling the effects from the Clinton administration, okay? Because just because one administration ends and a new one begins does not mean that those policies, those procedures, and those things that were affecting our world automatically stop. It does not. Even if you do not agree with the bill, an agenda, or anything like that, or even a deal, right, that the previous president made, if that deal was made with another country, right, you still have to honor that, whether you agree with it or not. Now, if it was still in discussion, you may be able to make some changes, right? But you can't just go in and change something that has already been agreed on, because then it's deemed as the United States isn't acting in good faith. Case in point, when we were getting the soldiers out of Afghanistan last year, right? And people were saying, oh, Biden administration didn't do this, and they rushed to get them out. Well, guess what? Biden didn't make that deal to have them out by that date. Trump had made that deal. And when Biden took office, he had to stick to that deal. Now, he did broker some extra time to try to get people out, right? But the ultimate deal was made by the administration before him. So for everyone to try to blame this inflation and what's going on because of him, no, it's not because of him, because we are still feeling the effects from the Trump economy, okay? And so that's why I find it funny that he called them a stupid son of a bee, because y'all want to put all of this on his thing. And whether you're Democrat or Republican, right, that's neither here nor there. Because I kind of feel like even though I vote heavily, heavily Democrat, right? And not this current Republican climate, but there are some things that Republicans bring to the forefront, or questions that they have, that I kind of can see that. I kind of can agree with it. Some that the independents say, hey, this might not necessarily be good for society, which aligns with my views and my feelings. So I don't believe that we're all inherently one thing, right? Either, Democrat, Republican, independent, right? I don't believe we're inherently one thing. I believe our belief system may lead us to the majority of one thing, but there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I can understand why that would be a policy, right? So I want people to stop looking at it as Democratic, Republican. No, I did not support 45. I did not. However, that has no bearing on my statement, right? You still have to realize that we won't be feeling the effects of what Joe Biden is doing, whether good or bad, right? We won't be feeling the effects of that until probably next year, where the economy will start to follow the trends from what his policies are that we're putting in place. That doesn't matter whether you like the president or you don't like the president, right? That doesn't matter. That is going to continue to grow. That is going to continue to change. So when you ask asinine questions, you know what I'm saying, you get the answers that you get. Now, I'm sure Joe didn't want to be on the hot mic calling that man a stupid SOB. But child, I was always taught if the shoe fit, wear it. If the shoe fit, wear it. And we all know the way politics work. Most people don't take the time to understand that that transfer of power isn't immediate. And it does not transfer as far as the economy go. You still have to have the effects from the previous administration before the current one goes into place, right? So people, of course, are going to say, oh, the Democrats are causing inflation. Let's not vote for them. Right, so that's why that was a dumb question, okay? Because you're trying to put something on them, right? That they're not ultimately responsible for. And two, the press conference was over. Like, save that question for something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all was supposed to be leaving. You ain't never heard the statement, don't stay longer than you welcome. Don't overstay your welcome, however it go. Y'all, you ain't never heard that? Peter, you overstayed your welcome, and that's why you got called the stupid SOB. But, I mean, Biden did call to try to, bend the fence, I guess, or whatever. You don't want to be disrespectful or call nobody that, especially in the position that we have. And we know Child Fox going to be dragging him from here to now like they dragged Obama when he wore that tan suit. Okay, we already know that. We already know the people who don't like him going to hate him. But listen, I don't have a problem with my president being candid. I have a problem with my president being stupid. I have a problem with my president can't speak full sentences. That's what I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with nothing else. But y'all, I just had to come bring that to y'all real quick because that was a little messy. They knew that mic was hot. They be trying to catch them people saying different stuff. But that's a little politics lesson along with a little, y'all president woke up and chose violence today because baby, it was on his mind. He said, I got time to date. Okay, he had time. He wasn't for the play. Today, y'all had done worked on his nerve. What y'all doing around there, Joe? What y'all doing around there, Joe? That Joe gotta be calling people SOBs. Dr. Biden. Baby, I know I know you works in the education. Go ahead and give him some other little words and phrases he can use to call these people. Because, child, it's hilarious to me, y'all. But we're going to see what else the news topics bring. Y'all have a good night. Let me get these videos uploaded for y'all. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe, readers.